Yeah, tons of room now. So come out here, maybe add a little length to this 45, and it'll go straight down. Okay guys, so I want to do an update video. Weeks ago I posted a video for turbo hot side advice, okay, on a few things. So the past few weeks I spent some time researching and deciding on what I want to do. So here it goes. The factory AC obviously took up a lot of room, and it's 50 years old, right? So in order to get a 50-year-old system to work, obviously you're going to have to dump a lot of money into that. So for those two reasons, I'm going to go with an aftermarket AC system like Vintage Air or whatever down the road. Okay, not now, but like maybe a year or two from now or whatever. I just want to plan for it in the future. So with that being said, eventually with Vintage Air or whatever, this can be completely blocked off and smoothed out so it's completely flat and flush, right? In the meantime though, I need to run this cover, okay? And what this does is it connects the blower motor to that guy there, and I can retain heat and defrost and all that good stuff. So if I put this guy in, also this is what sucks, I put this in, and even in the instructions it said some trimming needs to be performed here. This is protruding a quarter, half inch out, so this needs to be shaved down so this cover will sit flush. And I can't get to all that unless the motor's pulled out, so that sucks. But anyway, I have to pull the motor anyway because I'm probably going to replace the mounts to heavier dutier motor mounts and that other stuff. So this is all mock-up. Okay, anyway, let me quickly install this and you can see what it looks like. Okay, so it's not totally sitting flat against there. You know, I need to trim it and whatnot, but I have tons of room for a downpipe. Okay, so you can see, you know, I mean, look at all that room right there. Tons of room, so that's the plan there. Okay, next up I want to talk about the AC compressor. You can see that this stock AC compressor fits mint down here. Okay, I don't know if this thing is fixed or a variable, but any AC system that I put in here will have to be a fixed compressor type. Okay, so I gave Vintage Air a call, and he's like, well, you can use the Sandin SD-7B10. Okay, and I looked at the dimensions. It'll fit there. They also sell the brackets to put that 710 compressor down there, and also Dirty Dingo has brackets there. So I'm covered as far as an AC compressor is concerned in that location. It looks like the hoses will exit roughly in that same area, and I have clearance for all that. So that will all work out in the future for sure. Okay, next I talked about the intercooler being here and then the radiator, and some of you mentioned that obviously putting it in front of everything will be ideal for intake air temps, and yes, that is true. But I do want to mention that if I put it here, I can put a bigger core, and also I am going to be running E85 when I want to turn the power up, okay? And E85 in itself has cooling properties and I also am going to make this flex fuel, so I'm going to be able to dump in anything I want, and hopefully the computer will tune it up, right, per the ethanol content. So and up here, if I put an intercooler up here, yeah, I can do it, but there's a lot of AC stuff going on up here, plus the hinge and whatnot, so it's a lot of fab work, and I won't be able to fit as big of a core in here. So I'm thinking, since I'm going to be doing the hot side underneath the crossover, which I'll talk in a second, I was thinking to put a nice big core here, and then the radiator, and due to the fact that I'm doing E85, it should be okay, alright? And CX Racing has a twin turbo kit for the Chevelle, and they did the exact same thing. They put the core here, and then the radiator, and they made some brackets which I could easily have fabbed up. So anyway, that's still an open issue. I could do either or, but I'm just saying that's my thought process, alright? Okay, next thing I did is I wanted to actually see how much clearance I had to the crossover tube that would run from the driver's side to the passenger side underneath the trans. And what I did is I put the car on the ground, and then I just mocked up the tube under there, and I have 3 3/4 inches easy clearance, and I could possibly go up to 4 if I get it really close to the trans. Okay. Also, SpinTech makes a round to flat to round, or I'm sorry, round to square to round transition, which would gain me another 3/8 of an inch. But anyway, 375 I think is going to be sufficient because my old engine and my old header collector was about 3.5 inches off the ground and I didn't scrape at all. Now those header collectors were towards the outboard side of the car, and when the car rolls, it's even worse, right? This is in the center, so it's more neutral, so to speak, as far as body roll is concerned, so maybe it'll be slightly better. But anyway, I think 375 plus is going to be sufficient for this car. So I think that's it. That's the plan. I'm going to start moving forward with what I just discussed. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments below.